What's going on? This is Adam with LeadWeb AI, and today we are going to go over how to build out a healthcare script. So this is going to be mainly for confirming appointments, and this is going to go for dental offices, anyone in the medical space. This is going to be good for, or really anyone just trying to confirm appointments. This is going to be it. But we're going to go over a couple of reminders just before we go into the script so you can see kind of where it is that I'm going with it. I've already built out a script on another screen over here, and I'll be pulling everything over into this script. But before I do, I want to go through line by line just to show you some different things that people generally mess up on whenever they're doing it, which makes their script sound bad whenever the AI is saying it, things of that nature. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure when you're starting off that you have the right formatting. So what's the right formatting? The right formatting is a tilde and a space and a quotation. The tilde is when you hit shift and the top button underneath the escape bar. At least that's how it is on my keyboard on my PC. And then on my MacBook over here, it's the top left button. And all you have to do is hit shift, top left button. That's what's going to get you that tilde right there. And the other thing that you want to do is you always want to have a question at the end of your particular prompt. Maybe not the seed phrase as much, but definitely as you're going through, because you want to be able to elicit a question or a response back from the prospect that you're talking to, and that we don't have any weird like pauses like that. So you don't have any pauses inside of your script, and it doesn't sound like an awkward conversation. You want this to be as realistic as possible, right? Which you can start to add you can add you can add really anything that you want just to make the conversation sound a little bit better. And the easiest way I could have you add in the and the ums is start reading out your script and add in the as you say but say it out loud like you're going to talk to someone. And the other thing is you want to all the abbreviations that are in your script that you generally do that most people understand. You want to be able to spell those out. So, for example, dollar, percent, sign, street, or ampersand, street name like street, drive, boulevard, place, all of that stuff. You want to be able to spell out abbreviations on states, everything. You want to be able to spell that out. And you can also add in intelligence to the rules of the actual agent itself. And what I mean by that is if you click into an agent and you see all of this stuff right here, all of these are rules. So if you're doing this in the scenario that we're doing today is a dental appointment reminder, you can go up here into the objectives, hit enter, hit 3, period, space, and then you can start saying, hey, you're a office manager with 15 years of experience, and your only goal is to book appointments within this city, this state, this office. You're never allowed to talk about any other office other than ours. You only work for our office, and we're located at this address. And so that's going to eliminate a lot of the are you an AI question, which that's personal preference if you want to say that. So if you want it to say you're an AI, then you could say you're allowed to say you're an AI, or if you don't, you could say you're a human. It really depends on how you want to do it. And if you want to change that right here, it says you're a human in the middle of a conversation. You could say you're an AI in the middle of a conversation. So really, it just depends on how you want to have it set up. But that is how you inject intelligence, if you will, inside of the AI itself. And you also want to make sure all of your leads are opted in. So if you're doing any sort of lead generation on Facebook or Google or your website or a flyer or a pamphlet that you have them fill out at a home show or any sort of show, really, you want to make sure you add in some verbiage specifically saying you will be contacted by an AI calling, AI texting. And you have to have that checkbox there added into your terms and conditions. And the reason for this is there is a new law that is coming next year, but it's retroactive to January of 2024. So just be aware of that. And if you're interested in how we're getting $1.50 leads, go ahead and click this link here. And this works for dental offices. This works for literally any industry, but you can see the demo on it right there. And so now going into the actual script, we're going to go in and start with the seed phrase. So we're going to hit copy, and we're going to bring this over, and it's going to say, hey, prospect name, how are you? And we're going to be going into some different syntax errors that we bring over as well. So for example, this one doesn't have a squiggly bracket. So we're going to add a squiggly bracket. And the other thing we're going to add in here is the quotation. We're going to add a quotation, hit enter, enter, and then we're going to add in wait for prospect to respond. Now, you want to pay attention to spelling. You want to pay attention to where the asterisks are, the question marks, the quotations. All of that stuff is important. You know, this isn't coding, but it's prompt engineering. And that's another thing too. If you're interested in working with someone and you don't want to deal with all of this, feel free to click the description and you can schedule a demo with us and see exactly how we're doing this for our clients as well, and why it makes sense to work with an agency to help you dot the I's, cross the T's when it comes to building out your agents. And now we're going to hit enter, enter, and we're going to do shift tilde space quotation, and we're going to be off into the next one. And this next one is going to have some metadata inside of it. And if you're not familiar with what metadata is, go ahead and type inside of the search bar on YouTube, metadata, LeadWeb AI, and you'll see exactly how to set up metadata within your script. And then we're going to end this with a quotation. And just to give you an idea of what metadata is, if you are doing this through an API request, meaning you have it fire off based on triggers, or if you'd like to and you don't know how to do that, you could always reach out to us as well. That's something that we do. But if you upload it on a spreadsheet and you have a spreadsheet of different appointment times, then the way this is going to read is, this is Jessica calling from Cedar Dental, and I just wanted to confirm you're showing up to your appointment on, and the AI is going to read out that appointment date the way that you have it set up. So if it's in like February 24th, 2024, it's going to say 2-24-2024. Right? That's how it's going to be spelled out. So if you want to have it spelled out differently, just make sure you have that inside of your data. And also, the name of the column of the spreadsheet that you're uploading, you want to make sure it coincides with the spelling and the formatting of this. So if this is all lowercase date and you have all uppercase date on your CSV on the column, it's not going to work. You always want to make sure it's matched exactly. So if it's capital D and you have a lowercase d, it's not going to work. So if that's what you're running into, just make sure that formatting is there. Now we're going to hit enter, enter, and we're going to put wait for prospect to respond. There we go. Enter, enter. Now we're going to move into the next part. And the next part, there's going to be some syntax or some formatting errors in here as well, and we're going to go over those. So be aware that sometimes the AI is going to scream. And if you put an exclamation point inside of here, it's going to read it as an exclamation point. It's going to say, great! Or it may scream great. So just be aware, if you get your AI saying all sorts of weird things like great too excitedly, just delete the exclamation point and put the period, and you should be good to go. Please remember to bring an updated insurance card, a photo. Remember the abbreviations. The AI is probably going to read this as ID. So you want to put ID. It's the phonetic way of saying ID. That's how you want to have it typed in here. EYEDEE, ID. An updated medication list and any copay or deductible. Do you have any questions? Now we're ending this prompt with a question. So this is a great prompt. Now we want to add in the syntax or the formatting for this. We're going to hit shift, tilde, space, quotation, and then we're going to add an end quotation, and then now we're going to add a wait for prospect to respond right underneath it. And then now we're going to add in the next prompts. We're going to go here, add this in. Okay, great. Please arrive 30 minutes early to complete your new patient paperwork. We are located at 123 East Street, Columbia, South Carolina. Do you have any questions? So, some formatting issues. Tilde, space, quotation. Okay, great. Please arrive 30 minutes early. You want to spell this out. 30 minutes early to complete your new patient paperwork. We are located at 123 East Street, Columbia, South Carolina. So we're going to spell this out as 1, 2, 3, East Street, because it's going to read this as st. So we want to spell this out. East Street, Columbia, not SC, but Columbia, South Carolina. Do you have any questions? And then we end it. and then we have a end quotation mark here. There we go. Enter, enter. Now wait for prospect to respond. Now just a reminder that you want to build out this script as if this person has 0 questions. We're going to let the AI, or we're going to let the knowledge base actually answer all these questions for us and answer all of the objections. It's going to do all of that through the knowledge base, not through the script. So as you're building out the script, just be aware you want to build this as you're talking to the perfect person. Now we're going to move to the final one. We're going to hit copy, enter, enter, and okay, well, everything is good to go on my end. Looking forward to seeing you soon. So we're going to add tilde, space, quotation. We're going to hit OK, period, leaving a 1-word sentence to decrease the latency. And then we're going to add an end quotation. And then you could also go right here, copy all of this, add an action up here, inside of here, to actually end the call for you as well. And so that's how you build out a healthcare script, an appointment reminder script, or a confirmation script. If you want to have an agency build all of this stuff out for you, and make sure if you have any sort of technical problems or anything like that that you don't want to deal with, or you just find it too frustrating or too time consuming, reach out to us. Go to the see more or the description of this video, and there should be a demo. And inside of that demo, you're going to see how we're using AI and how we're doing this for our clients. And if you're interested in $1.50 leads, you can go right here inside of this script. That's also going to be inside of the description. And if you want to make your own copy, hit file, make a copy. And if you have any questions, look forward to seeing you. See you.